Primary school students in Kenya are changing their world one tree at a time and fighting against climate change.
In Lagos State, young people are taking charge of their future as they learn to become world-class agricultural entrepreneurs.
And an African designer takes the fashion styles of the continent to London and beyond. Africa 54 starts right now.
Hello and welcome. I am Adeshawa Josh at Channels Television here in Lagos, Nigeria. Stay with us in the next half hour for stories around Nigeria and the continent.
And I'm Esther Gido-Ewart of the Voice of America, coming to you from our global headquarters here in Washington. Thanks for joining us on Africa 54.
We go to the farm for our first story. Agriculture may be one of Nigeria's best options for replacing oil as a major source of revenue. And in Lagos State, a farm settlement in Ekpe is training youths to become world-class agro-entrepreneurs. Take a look.
Every year, youths from across Lagos State find a home on this farm settlement, comprising over 300 hectares of land in Poka Ekpe, where they receive intensive training in best practices in poultry, aquaculture, vegetable farming, and other farming practices. The aim of the program is to breed a new generation of agripreneurs to solve the problem of unemployment and ensure food security. Beneficiaries who are now proud owners of agri-startups are thankful for the opportunity.
I joined this program since June 25, 2010. But up to today, we thank God because this program has really helped me a lot in life. I'm now proud as an agro-entrepreneur.
It's an empowerment scheme for graduates in different fields, not only agriculture. So, and I see that if somebody like me, who's already professional in that, can be part of the program, it will help to pull all others and encourage others. And I also see it as a laudable program where a professional like me will be we have one impact.
Daily, the young farmers produce at least 1,500 crates of eggs, 2,000 broilers per month, and 18 tons of fresh fish per cycle. And the state government promises that the YES program, which boasts of 500 graduates so far, though inherited from past government, will be sustained.
This is a project that has trained 500 students. As I'm talking, we have 300 students having their projects, having their farms operational. They produce eggs, produce vegetables, produce fish, and it is being sold to surrounding communities and it cannot be abandoned.
Efforts to return agriculture to its pride of place is a journey of recovery for the nation. And for the youths who embrace the sector today, the future for them could mean a journey of boundless opportunities.
Staying on the topic of farming, in its drive to diversify the economy, the federal government of Nigeria recently approved a policy called the Green Alternative. And joining us now to talk about that is Professor Sidi Osho with the National Open University of Nigeria and President of Sidi Osho Foundation. Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us on Africa 54.
Thank you very much.
As you already know, agriculture contributes 15% currently to the GDP, as opposed to 55% it used to in the 60s. What is your assessment of the new agriculture policy document designed to help the economy?
My assessment is first that it's a well-articulated document. And for the first time, I can see a document that is a continuum from what the past Minister of Agriculture was doing. And so they are building on a sustainable agricultural system in the next 4 years on what has been achieved in the past. But my assessment of the document is one, in the document it's obvious that they're very concerned with imports. And so the document is focusing on reducing the imports of food import bill in Nigeria. In fact, they're saying that the food import bill is between $3 to $5 billion yearly, which is a lot. They're also focusing on building agribusiness ecosystem. and using all the food systems pipeline to develop the ecosystem, the agribusiness. They want to strengthen the domestic food supply of the nation internally, and they have several actors that are going to be playing in this new policy document, which include farmers, state governments, investors, financial institutions, research institutions, formal training institutions, universities, colleges of agriculture. And of course, they also want to add an export opportunity for the Nigerian government to export already processed products and of course crops that are cash crops. So that is my assessment of the
Right, so
document.
these are strategic plans,
Yes.
obviously, to help revamp agriculture
Yes.
in Nigeria.
Yes.
Which of the aspects of the roadmap stands out for you in terms of achieving these goals and moving fast on it, because we need to move fast?
Yes. First, I think the agribusiness will be in the pipeline, will be the most key, most important thing. Because when you look at the agricultural food chain, you are going to be looking at agriculture from the production to the consumption level. And in that chain, you're going to look at production, inputs required for production, processing, storage, preservation, and of distribution, and then consumption. So the agricultural business will come out, key, the value chain itself. So as an entrepreneur, you can decide to say, well, I just want to be a producer of a crop. Then you could even decide to be a processor, and then or you could even be a marketer, which means you just want to distribute already processed products. So in this whole charade, the most important there that comes out strongly is conversion of this whole activity into a business.
I know I'm supposed to quickly ask you this question, but we have said many times that young people are quite pivotal to revamping agriculture in Nigeria. Are we doing enough to attract them back to this business?
Well, the only way you can attract anybody, not only young people, to any business is when they know that it is economically viable. And once you show them that the economics is viability and is strong, they will be attracted to that business. Agriculture has always been with us, but mostly we pay lip service to agriculture.
That's right.
And there is not enough financing of agricultural farmers and their systems, and so it has suffered a lot of default. But now, when you look at the agricultural value chain, there are a lot of opportunities for young people.
That's right.
And so they can pick up their interest.
Thank you so much, Professor Sidi Osho, Professor of Agriculture and the President of Sidi Osho Foundation, for speaking to us on this topic. It's a pleasure to have you on Africa 54. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In Kenya, young people are making quite a difference as well. Next, we'll visit an environmentally minded primary school where students are changing the world one tree at a time. The children came up with their own program to address the effects of climate change by planting trees, which they share with the community. Ruben Chama reports.
Pupils of a local primary school near the Kenyan capital have initiated an innovative environmental program aimed at curbing the effects of climate change. The youngsters from Kiserian Primary School, located in a peri-urban area of Kajiado County, are actively involved in planting trees. They also tend a community tree nursery where hundreds of tree seedlings are grown and shared with the local community.
The most important thing is putting the seed just near the surface of the soil.
Victoria Akinyi, 13, is a member of the Environment Club. She says the future belongs to the children and that environment is critical to that future.
The trees help us to stop the global warming. We can't live without trees. That's a fact. A human being can't survive without trees. That's another fact.
Another pupil, David Masharia, 13, is an environmental enthusiast. He says he joined the Environment Club to help save farmlands from erosion.
The world needs me to cater for it. If I plant one tree and you plant another, we are going to make our world better and stop global warming.
According to the United Nations, 2/3 of Africa is classified as desert or drylands. Climate change has led to prolonged spells of drought, overgrazing, deforestation, and land degradation.
Ruben Chama for VOA News, Kiserian, Kenya.
We want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com. Coming up, the U.S. presidential election is being watched by many this year. When we come back, we'll show you an immigrant and a first-time convention delegate with a unique appreciation for the process. Stay with us.